Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of Doc Talk. And today we are going to talk about senior daycare centers. We we prefer to call it more of a senior enrichment center, as it is a place where we feel that it's not just about providing care during the daytime, but it also provides a program to improve the function, the mental function, the cognitive function, and the overall quality of life of older adults. Now, today we're going to talk about the differences between a normal care where you have a maid to take care of the elderly compared to a senior daycare or a senior enrichment center, and what are the main differences. Now, the main differences for a senior enrichment center or a senior daycare is, of course, you have a lot of these kind of cognitive stimulation activities. So it actually helps to build the neural networks or establish more connections within the neurons, and it helps to keep the mind active. So in senior daycares, you can have different games that you either play with the caregiver or play among the elderly themselves, and it could be different things like crossword puzzles. It could be memory exercises or different kinds of activities, trivia, which basically helps the mind get active, right? It could be even things like playing card games or mahjong, and these activities, when you do it on a regular basis, it can actually slow down the progression of cognitive decline, meaning to say that it slows the progression of dementia and also enhances memory, recall. And in addition to the mind part of things, there's also other benefits that we can see from the physical aspect. So a lot of these daycare centers, like the one that we run, it's called Oretha's Daycare, Oretha Senior Care. We also have physical activities, regular exercises. We have dancing, we have tai chi, we have yoga, and a lot of this actually not only improves blood circulation, it also maintains the physical ability of the elderly, and in turn this actually helps to extend the quality of life, the amount of years that the elderly can actually walk well, climb the stairs well, and actually be more independent in their life. And these kind of activities also help to maintain that kind of coordination and balance and fine motor skills that is very important in living and social functions lah. And beyond all of the cognitive, the mental side of things, the physical side of things, one of the very important benefits of a senior daycare center or a senior enrichment center is that kind of social engagement between different elderlies. So for example, in our senior daycare center, whenever there is a new elderly person comes in, the other elderly folks, they're very welcoming, like, oh, welcome, what is your name, what do you do, they start to interact with each other. And this kind of very regular socializing, it actually helps to reduce isolation and loneliness. So you compare this with an elderly person who is at home facing the four walls when their children are working, maybe they have a maid, and they just watch TV. And after a longer period of time, you can find that these kind of elderly people, they start to decline in their mental function, and then they also start to develop things like depression or even anxiety, and it could be in the form of like social anxiety. Suddenly they go out to public, they don't know what to talk about, they feel very anxious, and then they start to distance themselves. So this kind of peer interaction between the elderly helps to create meaningful connections between each other. It helps to boost their morale and mood, and more importantly, it helps to foster a very good support network between the elderly folks. So sometimes when they want to talk about things like, not bad mouthing their in-laws or whatever lah, but just want to talk about, express their feelings, and just share kind of experience and just let things out. It helps a lot with their mental state as well. And this kind of daycare centers, it actually helps to establish a lot of routine in the elderly person's life. So you have a very structured daily schedule. So this person wakes up at 6 o'clock. Okay, now I have my breakfast, and then somebody's going to pick me up, and we're going to the senior daycare. and then we have our activities, we have our physical exercises, and then after all is done, I have a quick nap in between the morning session and the afternoon session, about 20 minutes, which keeps me energized. And then in the evening, I have dinner with my children, and then I go to bed. And this kind of very routine structure, it also helps to prevent any of these kind of sleep difficulties in the elderly. A lot of time when they sleep a lot in the daytime, then nighttime they can't sleep, and then what they do, they just start walking around, using the telephone and call people, disturbing their family members. It helps to prevent this kind of things as well lah. So a routine and very structured life is quite important in the elderly as well. So in summary, a senior daycare or a senior enrichment center actually not only enhances the cognitive function through a variety of mental activities, it also improves the physical condition of the elderly, and also through social activities, it also helps with the emotional side of the elderly. It helps to reduce isolation and loneliness, and it helps a lot with quality of life. And by encouraging this kind of participating in this kind of program, it actually really helps a lot, where the seniors can actually thrive mentally and emotionally. So this is a very short podcast, and thank you for listening. And feel free to drop by our senior daycare and just for a free trial and see how it can help you. I'm very, very sure you will see a lot of positive changes in your loved ones. Thank you.
Click the share button to send this episode to a friend or a caregiver, and hit follow to keep up with our latest episodes. Thank you.